Candy Davis and John Davis made a remarkable duo. Hundreds of children's lives were changed by what began as a missionary journey, especially the lives of 3 black girls. Decent deeds are done by decent people without expecting anything in return, yet it's amazing how these girls opted to pay Candy back. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. It was obvious that John Davis had discovered the treasure he had been searching for his entire life when he met Candy in their last year of college. Here was a woman whose principles were deeply ingrained in her faith, and which he completely agreed with. She seems to have been crafted just to complement him and go hand in hand. Finding the correct partner was crucial for someone with a missionary's heart. John was exposed to missionary travels to several African nations at an early age, having grown up in a family with a strong love for the continent. He was tremendously moved by the conditions of poverty, hardship, and war-torn areas in which children had to grow up. He wanted to work in Africa and change people's lives, especially orphaned children's lives, precisely because of this. Candy had also known since she was a small child that she wanted to work in a field that allowed her to practice her religion. She decided to pursue a career in teaching because she believed it would be the best opportunity to inspire a new generation of kids to pursue their dreams. The image was finally complete when she met John. 3 years into their marriage, the pair went to an orphanage in the little town of Otutula, Nigeria, on their first missionary journey. They helped to renovate the facilities and gave the locals instructional materials and useful skills so they could try to make a life under very difficult conditions for approximately a month. Additionally, the couple chose to adopt and raise 3 orphaned sisters back in America after falling in love with them. Although adopting children from Africa can be difficult and draining, the girls were eventually given to the Davis family after nearly a year of court proceedings. Since the couple sought to establish a close relationship with the girls, this town served as their virtual home during the year-long talks. As the adoption was completed and the pair went back to the United States, Kioma was just 2 years old, Modupe was 7, and Bimpi was 4. Although there were more options back in the States, the girls had to make a significant adjustment. Candy homeschooled the girls for the first 2 years in order to aid them with emotional difficulties and to teach them the English language for precisely this purpose. Racial discrimination was one of the more difficult issues the Davis family had to cope with. People found it incomprehensible that 2 white parents would decide to adopt 3 black girls, even in the church. Some said that the 3 African sisters shouldn't have been given priority over the many white youngsters in America who were equally in need of a loving home. With their extremely dark complexion and poor English, the kids had such a distinct appearance. Despite not being contagious, Kioma experienced various health issues during her early years in America, to the point that some people were afraid to approach her. However, Candy and John never wavered in their choice since love knows no hue. For them, being a parent meant dealing with soiled diapers, lunchboxes, cuts and bruises, teaching the kids how to ride a bike, and teaching them to pray. If the girls had been their biological offspring, they would have acted in the same manner as described. Candy and John genuinely loved these daughters and were unwavering in their beliefs. After all, when they initially traveled to Africa, they had no intention of adopting any African children. Their decision had been a submission. Though they were unsure of the specifics at the time, they felt that these girls were meant to fulfill a greater heavenly purpose and destiny. They would, by faith, get the 3 sisters ready for whatever was ahead of them. A newborn girl named a baby was born to John and Candy about 2 years after Modupe, Bimpi, and Kioma were adopted. This name, which originated in Nigeria, meaning "we asked for a girl," they were given 4 gorgeous sisters to nurture instead of just 1 daughter. In the years that followed, the girls developed into 4 extraordinary human beings. They worked hard in school and excelled in many fields. The 3 adopted sisters had beautiful voices and sang harmoniously together. They became quite well known in the church for their inspiring and soulful gospel songs. A baby wasn't a singer, but she was a dancer. From the moment she could stand upright, she was dancing to the music her older sisters made. Life as a black girl of Nigerian descent living in America was not without prejudice. The girls had to deal with insensitive remarks from strangers. In time, they learned to cope with ignorance, racial discrimination, and rejection. Thankfully, there were also others who recognized them for who they truly were, wonderful beings made by God, miraculously rescued from an orphanage by a caring family, instead of their skin tone. The Davis family would frequently create a sensation when they appeared in public. Here was this stunning couple with 3 children who were African-haired and had black complexion. Then one of her sisters would hold the small baby sister, who had delicate, flowing blonde hair and pale complexion while she clung to her hands. This multicultural family's unwavering love and togetherness served as a barrier against the obvious discrimination they had to deal with. The Davises carried on their missionary activity as the daughters got older. They would go to the orphanage in Otutala, Nigeria, at least once a year. Their local church kindly donated clothing, blankets, and other supplies for the staff and children, and they continued to be active in directing resources to the orphanage. Giving their 3 eldest girls the chance to maintain ties to their Nigerian background was another reason the Davis family continued to support the orphanage. Despite their complete assimilation into American culture, the girls' parents desired that they retain a sense of their heritage. A few years later, when the girls had nearly reached adulthood, Modupe was a practicing nurse in her late 20s. She was renowned for being kindly toward those in need, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds. She would show the same decency and respect to both the president and the housekeeper. The name Bimpi translates to elegant and beautiful, and that is just what this girl turned into. Her goal was to make a gospel CD while she pursued a career in music. She intended to use some Yoruba, one of the native languages spoken in Nigeria, in her songs as she had studied the language. Kioma was still pursuing her teaching certification. She desired to carry on her mother's legacy. She had learned the importance of education, tenacity, and compassion for children from Candy. She would love to work as a teacher with disadvantaged kids someday, maybe even in Africa. A Baby continued to dance even though she was in her last year of high school. A Baby was leading the planning committee for the school's benefit performance, which was being held in support of a nearby shelter. John and Candy were sitting in the front row, happily supporting their youngest daughter. When the performance night finally arrived early in the show, A Baby performed a dance routine. A number of community members gave fantastic performances, making the evening really engaging. The announcement by the Master of Ceremonies that there would be a special finale was the biggest surprise. 2 outstanding members of the community were honored with an event on the program. You won't believe what transpired as the final event's curtain opened. This was a unique object honoring a mother and father who had devoted 27 years of their lives to raising their family. Specifically, the mother had given up her job to take on the role of full-time caretaker for her 3 unborn children, Modupe, Bimpi, and Kioma Davis all unexpectedly showed up on stage. When the 3 girls sang a Yoruba language original song they had written especially for Candy, the audience broke down in tears. The song told the story of a mother who saved 3 girls from an unloving and unguided childhood and taught them to love others and themselves in a hateful and discriminatory environment. Mama Candy was the name of the song, which also served as the title of Bimpi's 2008 debut album. It was a wonderful privilege for Candy to spend this memorable occasion with her 3 adopted girls from Nigeria, her husband John, and A Baby, the little sister who adored her bigger sisters without conditions, even though love is an unrepayable bond. How do you feel about adoptions from overseas? Do you think you could adopt 3 siblings at once? Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.